بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على سيد الأنبياء والمرسلين نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful, all praises to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Lord of the universe, and we send our salutations and greetings to our beloved Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Peace and blessings of Allah be upon you all. Today's session, inshallah ta'ala, is going to be focused on Q&A. I know many of you have questions, and we're here to answer your questions, inshallah ta'ala. So I will pass it on to Brother Mahir, inshallah ta'ala, to take over, inshallah.
Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, brothers and sisters. Just some house rules. You have two ways of asking questions. One is to kind of raise your hand, and then we'll give you a chance to speak and ask your question, and we'll answer your questions live. The other way is that you can use the Q&A function within Zoom to post your questions, and we'll try and answer them. So in this webinar, we're just going to go straight into Q&A. So if anybody has a question, please raise your hand and we can go straight into that. We have a question in the chat. Is there an easy way to filter custom packages, including flights from London? Is there an easy way to filter custom packages, including flights from London?
Assalamu alaikum. Good question. At the moment, no. The programs on the custom packages, they will just be, it's up to you to find out from the service provider beforehand, or the marketing partner, or the guides where the programs are coming from. And you'll have to either check the description or the flyers if they're shared with you, or just take it from Nusuk. But there is no filter at the moment to tell you from city or port of city.
Okay. Brother Imran, Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam, brother.
How are you?
Just a quick, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yeah, okay, brother. I'm just wondering, say at the moment, I have I'm looking at phase one, obviously. I have a very good option one and not an ideal option two, but then I have a good option one in phase two, sorry. So if I was to go ahead, let's say I wasn't successful on my option one, I managed to get my option two in phase one, which isn't ideal, and then confirmed, a place go into Hajj. Is there any way you can kind of swap out for another package later on? I was just wondering, if it's available, but at least you've got your confirmed space.
Okay. It's difficult to say. I mean, most likely if you have selected that package and you've gone through, that's someone else's space. So ultimately, it would be perhaps difficult to do so. This is my understanding, and perhaps Muhtadi or any of the team can elaborate. But as per the system, it's first come, first serve. If you've booked it, then you'll be charged for that amount. To again move to another package may be a little bit difficult, looking at all of the system and how everything is in the background. And I appreciate. On that note, I can answer, and it may answer many other people's question, which I was off the phone just about 15 minutes ago with someone. In regards to having that opportunity in the second round, there will be for sure, because there is only a set limit of a quota from UK, and that is 3,500 people, okay, officially. And then what will happen is, as per last year, you have to be aware that there will be packages, what we call, which are specifically designed, or all packages are designed with a 20 to 30% sort of for the public packages, okay, meaning in terms of the quota, plus on top of that, you're looking at nearly half of the UK quota, all of the UK quota, another 3,500 perhaps will be, inshallah, added from the quota that hasn't been used in terms of visa from around the world. Okay, so the many other countries from the 100 and however many countries that they are serving Nusuk, mashallah, there will be many countries where the quota won't be used up, and that will be again pushed to the public package. So therefore there'll be plenty and it'll be open. And I recall last year it was open even like a month before Hajj, it was still carrying on. People were booking. Some people actually gave up. You know, what happens is with all this stress, and it was in Ramadan and it was quite difficult. And I understand and appreciate that that was difficult for many. And so the answer is that in your second round, inshallah, there's a good chance still in the public packages. A lot of people are worried about that. There will be opportunity, inshallah, for your first option, if that makes sense. So both options, you know, ultimately, if you want to get through the first round, you have to try. Even with the first round, we have to be very blunt and very clear that many people may not be able to book on the first round. Many people, you know, because there's a limited amount of flights on every package. And but then those same packages may be uploaded. We can assume that they will be uploaded again onto the public packages so that you can book more, book your space away from the group package. So the custom package is where you come as a group, but ultimately, as we had last year and this year as well, is to open the doors for others around the world and yourselves perhaps for sure to join separately, and to what will happen is you come with your flight. You come to a lot of people asking, come with your flight. If I'm on my own, will I be on my own? It's a normal international flight. You come into Jeddah. We will prep you beforehand on what to do, okay, and how to make niyyah and prepare yourself. And then one of the staff members or the team members will directly liaise with you as you arrive to your whichever airport you arrive into and take you to your designated sort of respective accommodation. So that, and then you join with the group. So this is the system.
Am I able to just add on
Okay.
that one to answer Brother Imran's question? I think if I understand correctly, if you're saying that you wanted to book a package and then later on you found that there was a better option and you wanted to
Yeah.
upgrade, if it's within the same service provider, we will push that for you based on availability because it might not be the case that every single package is sold by the service provider because of the visas being exhausted. So they may have some availability. So for example, if you book a program, say MAW Premium, and then you actually wanted to go for the Diamond one, and then we can raise that with the Zero Group or similarly with Abdul Latif Jamil and see if the availability to upgrade and you pay the difference. We will try for that. I'm not saying it's something that everyone should be aiming for, but it's not a no at the same time. It's if they have the availability, then why not? So yeah.
Okay, Jazakallah, that's good news. But just a quick just on that. Obviously, so in phase one, because it's only country specific, does that mean people in the UK, because we're not trying to purchase packages against the rest of the world, it's just country. Do we have a better chance of finding or being successful on purchasing a package because we get kind of first to go at trying to purchase the package? Is that right? Does that make sense? I don't know if that makes sense.
The quota allocated even last year was the same, and in 2023, the difference is last year's problem was people were unable to log in because of the load on the website. So once you were in, people were able to log in, but people could not get in because of the queue. So to work against that this year, or to work out a solution, they've decided to stagger the login process. So they're hoping that there'll be less people, because otherwise everybody that was registered in Nusuk was logging in at the same time, thinking let's just go
Right.
packages. Whereas this year, if they can say half the audience is doing it a few days later, then it means the website will less likely to crash, and then everyone can easily get in. This is why
So
we
that's quite
understand.
promising. So that's promising. Then that's good news for
It's good
people who are
news, yeah,
looking.
yeah, and this is
Yeah.
why we
Okay.
understand and having our intent now. Obviously, we can't say this exactly for sure, but based on what happened last year and the year before that, is we know that there is an arrangement, or there is definitely something in the background that will be made available for people later on. Because why have a public package phase global and then no quota for that? To answer your question about, are we going to be guaranteed if we wait or not? So inshallah, it's looking promising this year, and you can see every day there's maintenance happening. Like even if you went in just now, the website I think wasn't letting you in. It was saying maintenance mode. Things will move like this every day.
Okay. Jazakallah, barakallah.
Yeah, Brother Kashif Amin. Brother Kashif Amin. Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullah.
My question is regarding the configuration. I've been on the chat as well, and but it's still not clear enough to me. So I noticed that some of the packages, when you go and select and then go through the process, which is to configure for the rooms, the only room configuration it offers is quads and not doubles or triples. And I know you spoke, or should I say, informed me that the selection is afterwards when you fill out a form and then you decide on a discretionary basis. But I noticed also that sometimes when you configure in the additional services, it offers a room upgrade. So I'm just wondering whether this is something that's going to be implemented, or is the packages the way they are set, they're now fully set and there's going to be no optimizations or anything like that.
Yeah, go on. I can answer it. Muhtadi can answer it, no problem.
Well, go on.
First and foremost, obviously, some of the what you've mentioned about somebody informing you about the rooms being given under under their discretion. This is, I don't know who said that. Maybe it was a misunderstanding. Just to clarify, I think it's more what we're saying is here is that whatever, first and foremost, whatever is available and showing in terms of double, triple, quad, if it's not showing double, triple, then it's not available on that package currently, on that package. But there are packages, what we were informing you of on the group, and maybe that was a misunderstanding, that they will be uploaded on the public package for the same package that you can see under a different name, which will offer double and triple. Okay. And that's coming. And I can ask maybe one of the team members to have a check if it's been updated. As things are so fluid, it can be that I'm speaking to you and maybe perhaps we didn't see it and now it's on. But we have the package numbers and IDs, and we can give that to you at the end of this session. Again, with doubles and triples, they're always limited. They start off with being available and then they kind of like go very quickly. About the issue of what we were saying as well, post booking, that is, we're talking about with the service provider themselves outside of Nusuk. If there are rooms available, then they will reach out to us and say, okay, there are some pilgrims, or there are pilgrims who we have pilgrims that would like to join us, and they would really prefer a double room. And then they will be offered, we will see if it's available, then we will bring that to you and inform you that this is the extra cost on that room. It's not included with the package or anything like that. That's the first thing. But if you, as with everything, when you look at the difference in pricing, when you go to double, it does increase, but some people need that or they would like that. So we will endeavor to push from our side, and we are pushing every day. But as I said, for example, on Jamil, there are less options. We acknowledge that, but there is also on the public package double and triple options coming up very soon, inshallah. Yeah, so this is something, but again, a caveat, sort of something that we have to sort of disclaimer is to say that, look, we don't know. I mean, ultimately, somebody mentioned on the group that they were promised that. Today I read a message and I responded as well, that we're not guaranteeing it, but we're saying that inshallah, if the option is there, we'll definitely push for you guys. That ultimately we're here to satisfy all of yours and try and get that information and the needs sort of yours to the service provider. So they will let us know, and straight away, if that option is there, we'll let you know first, as quick as possible. And perhaps I guess we'll have some information post booking, and we'll have an option on the side where you can a form that you fill in, inshallah, if you get successful in booking, to sort of if would you be interested in that, some kind of a little option there, so that we are informed, and as soon as if we receive any information, we will sort of communicate that to you.
Okay. So at this stage, it is what it is.
It is
and
what it is. But there, as I said, some of these packages still do not have. There's more to come, as I said to you. There's more packages to come. We're talking on the Jamil program. As for the Sira program or Sira group holding, all of the packages are there. I know some were removed and again are being uploaded due to the transportation error issue, which some people raised earlier. And as I said, that was just the value of the travel was the same. So maybe it was just a display error. So they were troubleshooting now, fixing that. I'm assuming this is what I was told yesterday from the service provider, why some of the package was removed. Ultimately, all of you need to make sure for a good chance to configure a package, whether you're on a public package or on a custom package, whichever one. You have 1, 2, 3 options, but you need to ensure that you configure it to your cart. Okay, not just preferring it and putting a like button on it. If it's configured to your cart, then the likelihood is you have a better chance, inshallah.
And only one can be configured into the cart.
Yes, correct. But you know, if you have one configured, then what you can do is you kind of sort of go on the site, get a feel of it, and then configure maybe 2, 3, and then remove from cart. Get used to removing, putting in all of this so that you're sure what you're doing. So on the day, you can just instantly do that. And we will also, during sales, we will endeavor to also provide you with information about which packages perhaps there's more availability, and if something's sold out, live data. So we'll get that from the service provider and send that to you on the group. So you follow that, and you should probably get that information sort of on as a, you know, live as it's happening, so that you have a more quicker chance. You know, you don't want to be searching something that's still, you know, already gone, kind of thing. But some, yeah.
So
we will give an indication that some have more availability over others.
right.
Maybe, yeah. If I could add, if you don't mind, for this for everyone, some packages you'll see the likes are less, right? And some packages the likes are a lot. Sometimes it's beyond and more than its sort of capability, or you know, how much it's, yeah. So whilst absolutely you should try for that, if it's a nice package, obviously it's going to go, or something that's suitable, you want to try for that. But imagine if 1,000 people are trying for a package which has 300 spaces, right? And so hence what we need to bear in mind is where there are less likes, where there are perhaps less preferences, those ones have that in hand as well from the less liked ones. You have to kind of fiddle around, look, there's one which has less like, I can do with that. If I really want to, I'm sorry to say, you know, it's obviously something that nobody can guarantee from any service provider or any person who has all the connections or whatever. Ultimately, this system is made fairly for everyone, first come, first serve. So alhamdulillah, so whoever has to, sometimes you have to be a bit smart about things and say, look, I'm going to compromise on, if I want to do Hajj this year. You know what I mean? Sometimes it's just, and you wish that obviously, of course, it should be the case that whatever you want, you know, your desired sort of options, you get and you achieve. Inshallah, you do so. But again, on the day, some people then get scared off and say, well, I'm not going to go for that then. No, at the same time, you still try for that, right? But you just got to be very quick on the day to get on and book that, so that you have all of these sort of factors. And we're trying to give you that sort of information, so you have that background information, so you know how to navigate through, inshallah. I don't know if it gives you a sort of idea, brother.
Okay, Jazakallah.
Yeah, inshallah. You can call me as well, and we can talk, inshallah, about this.
Okay, Islam Hamida. Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Jazakallah khair for all the information that you guys are putting out there. I've been part of the actual webinars from the beginning.
MashaAllah.
So alhamdulillah, I was actually verified early on, so end of November time. I've recently configured the packages, and the e-wallet have around 100 riyals in there. And then on Monday, I came to actually update the actual funds on the wallets, and I realized my middle name was spelled incorrectly. So I've since changed it since Monday, and it's still not verified. And obviously, we're getting close to the booking date. And I suppose the question is, should I hold off on actually updating the actual funds onto the wallet, or should I just go ahead now? Because I think, yeah.
Does it allow you to top up now, even after, if you're not verified?
I think it does, because I've already topped up about 100 riyals previously. I can still see the top up button. But I mean, I don't really want to just top up and then I'm not able to book and then I'm having to refund everything and I'm charged a 2% fee or 3% fee.
Yeah, it's quite a bit. Have you emailed Nusuk?
Yeah, I've emailed them. They sent me a ticket number and then they emailed me today actually saying that the ticket's been closed. But their resolution was to basically respond to me saying that the account is under review. So they haven't actually resolved it, if that makes sense.
And what was your email, quickly, if you don't mind?
What was the email? I just said that
just in short, just tell me. Yeah.
Basically that I've changed
You've edited your middle name.
yeah, exactly that. That I've basically edited the middle name and
Some
it's not
people,
showing up.
I spoke to some people and it happened within 2 hours. What you can do is go back to it, edit, save again.
I tried that early on today and it's still showing as under verification.
I think it would be best if you contact us in the office separately and then we try and raise it with Nusuk directly.
Okay, that's fine.
We'll give a call then to Nusuk for you, inshallah.
Okay, inshallah. That's fine.
You try calling. Also, you can try as well from your end before you do. Yeah.
Okay.
Barakallah.
Any other question?
No, that's it.
Yeah, so the answer is, yeah, you just need to follow it up and just call them, be a bit more persistent, yeah, and just get it done. I think that's very important now at this time. Yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
We still have, inshallah, this time, inshallah.
Yeah. Okay.
May Allah bless you.
Okay, Jazakallah khair. Brother Rumal Ahmed, Assalamu alaikum. Alaikum. Rumal Ahmed. You can unmute and we can hear you. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum. Can you hear me?
Yes. Okay.
Jazakallah khair, brothers. Just a quick question on, I think there might be a bit of confusion, or am I probably misunderstanding what you're saying? Is that when you say to configure for the first stage, are we saying that all custom packages we should be configuring for the first stage and not the public packages? Because my understanding was that the public packages would be for the second round. Am I correct in this understanding?
Yeah, so if you are going for a package in the first stage, when the custom packages are going out, then yes, you should be configuring that package ready to book if that's your first choice. As the Sheikh mentioned, there will be a quota allocated to the second phase, but probability says that if you are to, if you have a booking and you have a package that is preferred and you can compromise on it, then try in the first phase. And if you cannot get that package, then in the second phase you'll look at your public package that kind of you're preferring. But you should put into your cart the preferred package in the custom phase, the first phase.
Can I just add? Can I just add? Even if you have a public package, right, you still configure it and put it into your basket now or into your cart. And one thing to bear in mind, some people are asking me the flights. When you search a flight, all it's doing is a search. It's not actually booking any flight, right? Because until a payment is done, a flight cannot be held, right? But what it does, it just searches based on what your search was and the pricing, so you have an idea of the amount that is required. But yes, as Maher mentioned, and as his team mentioned, yes, you can configure a custom flight now, and it's for the first phase, the first sort of custom packages sales, and that will be for around, if I'm correct, 5 days. Am I correct?
Yep.
As per, yeah. But that's what's been sent, and you can see on the Nusuk Twitter, they've shared that today. But again, some people are asking, is it going to start on Sunday? We have to be ready for Sunday for those who are custom packages, and those who are public, who are taking public packages. And there are many people, in fact, there are people on this webinar who are from other countries or from UK who will go on the public packages for sure. And they should put it into their cart and configure completely. And that's something we've been told from the service provider. If you can do that from now as well, if that's your number one priority.
I think people are putting public packages thinking that on the first round they're gonna have those packages booked, as in they'll be paying for that packages. I think that's where the misunderstanding might come along.
No. So thank you. We don't know. We don't know.
Okay.
As per the information that we received, and all of you know, as we have shared that information, that obviously the first stage will be only for custom packages, and for public packages will be after. Okay. And that is on the 14th, as we said, and we shared the timelines and everything. But you know, it's good to be ready from now, and be aware, and everything is fluid. Everything, you know, we were told 20th of Jan for viewing packages, but it came out much after. But again, with Nusuk and with this chance of Hajj, we have to do our part. And so, brothers and sisters, those who are waiting for public package, the booking time may or may not be on that day. I can't answer that question right now. It may be suddenly we message you, brothers and sisters, quickly configure. You have to do that. So we have to be ready. Does that make sense, brother? So rather than, but it may be as per the Nusuk announcement, apologies, then of course it will be a few days later than the custom package. Yeah, but again, we should be ready and it should be configured.
Okay. Jazakallah khair. Second question, just a quick one. Al-Bayt, they seem to have a spreadsheet with all of the providers, sorry, guides, I mean, with their packages, yeah? And then obviously they have a big spreadsheet with all of the guides and their packages. Yeah. And I know Hasan Travel is working with Jamil and Sira. Yeah, and I've noticed that with Jamil, there are additional packages which are the guides are there on their website. I went to their website and I saw the UK guides, but I don't know whether you've reached out, just like how Albeit do it, reached out to those guides and create a spread, not for probably this year, maybe going forward, create a spreadsheet with all of the guides, with all of the packages. Therefore, you are the liaison between the guides and the service providers, if that makes sense. I mean,
thank you so much. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless you. Inshallah ta'ala. And to be honest, all service providers, we have a very good relationship with all of them. So alhamdulillah, we've worked with all many of the service providers, and this is our third year, alhamdulillah. So if you see some of the guides, mashallah, tabarakallah, some are working as guides, as in to say they will be a guide as opposed to someone who's in what we're doing. So different companies work in different ways, if I can put it that way. So we've been providing webinars from the beginning. We've been educating people about Hajj. We've been working towards helping many, I would say hundreds, if not a good number of, pilgrims, alhamdulillah. Obviously, in terms of guides, we have quite a few guides. Only my picture is there representing Hasan Travel, but we have a whole group of team from representing Hasan Travel. So just to be aware, inshallah ta'ala, we'll raise that with the service provider. There are many that may not even travel from those guides that have been mentioned, and maybe and this is something that to be aware of. But inshallah ta'ala, we hope everybody will be going. It all depends on the number of people that are booked on a particular package, and this is across the board, regardless of who the service provider is. Okay, so this is something that, inshallah ta'ala, depending on the size of the company and the size of the experience of the guides, the service provider will accordingly set those guides to come and be assigned. And that's why we've asked for your updated passenger details, so that you update us and say, look, we want Hasan Travel, the brothers who have been guiding us, or the Sheikh, or whoever, I haven't actually mentioned the Mashaykh since it's now the 9th webinar we've had over the last 3 months. So we've actually mentioned it on the first webinar, and that was it. So you haven't I don't know, brother, if you've watched all of our webinars, or do you have an idea?
not all of them. I just
Okay, so
started
if
from
you
the
watch
middle.
webinar 1, you'll have an idea of our whole team. And also there are more like Sheikh Abu Abdullah Yunus and others who will be, inshallah, part of the Hasan Travel team, inshallah ta'ala. So I think what's happened is we have, what we'll do as well, we have a table, and we have made a table. Have you seen our package table?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I was saying.
Those ones are the ones we're working with. There are many packages that we won't be working in that sense. We will be supporting, like if anyone is with us today and that decides to book another package on Jameel, and some people ask me this question, but will you be there to guide us? I said, I answered to a brother. I said, look, we cannot be everywhere. You see, we can only be at certain places. There'll be other guides there to support you, but you're more than welcome to book those. But let us know, so and fill in the form so that we can then say, for example, in Hajj days, you can join us so that we can guide you for Hajj. So if perhaps the hotel is different, but the service provider will provide all the logistics, and then during the 5 days of Hajj, you can join us. That can be done. So that's something that you can request.
I think
May
the
Allah
point,
bless you.
coming to the point of your of the table we've shared with the entire group focuses on the packages, the preferred packages that we will be supporting as Hasan Travel. That's why we haven't put all of the service providers packages on there. But like the Sheikh mentioned, if you are interested in another package, you are more than welcome based on your needs. And if you'd like us to support you in the 5 days of Hajj, then please do share your details with us.
And everybody here is welcome to join our webinars to prepare you for Hajj, regardless if you end up going with us or not. This is one thing that is open, inshallah ta'ala, in terms of fiqh and understanding how to perform Hajj. As I assured you, and I will assure you again, inshallah, you understand Hajj and the whole fiqh of Hajj and the objectives of Hajj and the hikam and the wisdoms of Hajj and all the messages of Hajj and all the masail. There are certain masail and topics that are frequently sort of people are not sure of, and those things we'll cover inshallah ta'ala, and you're more than welcome to join. And I assure you, inshallah, you will be telling, as I said in my previous webinar, you'll be telling us how to perform Hajj.
Okay,
if you attend, that is.
Brother Nishad, we've got quite a few questions to go through, so we'll have to answer them quickly. Brother Nishad, assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum,
Oh, Sister Nishad, sorry.
So there's 4 of us, alhamdulillah. I'm the lead person. I have 3 brothers under me. And Muttadeen, brother, he's aware of my case. Now, I'm thinking of delinking one of my brother because he lives and works in Dubai. And I wanted him on the same package so we can then select quads for rooms, etc. So it will make life easy and for us to stay together because I'm the only female with my brothers. So I've emailed Nusuk a couple of times as to ascertain what happens exactly when I delink him. A prompt comes up if I just select to delink, just click on that, my cursor, and it says it will erase him from my platform, but then that I can add him back on. But when he gets erased, if I do delink him, does he automatically have a standalone account then, or does he have to re-register? Because obviously they've already got his email, mobile number, all his details. He's already been verified. Alhamdulillah, we're all being verified. And the e-wallet is full. I had in mind him with me, but one of the packages it departs from Manchester in UK and then stops in Dubai for 5 hours. And I thought he may be, alhamdulillah, but I knew it was too good to be true, that he might be able to hop on that flight for a seat to then make the rest of the journey with us. But I understand that can't be done because if he doesn't depart and join us from Manchester, it'll be like a no-show.
Yes, correct.
So, as I haven't had an answer back from Nusuk, are any of you able to enlighten me that if I delink him, and I don't want to hinder his chances in any shape or form, because the intention was for all of us to go together. Alhamdulillah, he's willing to catch a flight from Dubai and to join us there, because it's only going to be an hour or less than 2 hours, rather than him coming to UK and then depart from here with us. But if it is possible to delink him and then him having a standalone account and then him selecting the same package as me, it would save an extra flight for him. It's not a big deal, but I'm just thinking
I understand.
if it's feasible, that would be the best option. If not, I haven't clicked the delink button because I don't want to hinder his chances in any shape or form. So, is anybody able to let me know what really happens when you delink him, and
Okay.
then I can maybe decide
Make a
better, or
decision.
just keep it as it is, and because obviously it's better chance to stay together then.
Muhtadi, do you want to answer that one?
Hi, Mr. Nishad, hope you're well. Jazakallah for your question. I believe we were speaking before. I did see your message actually. I've asked a specific question to the tech guys that we have in Mecca to
Yes.
make sure that because you've already been verified and you topped up and we don't want any of the information to change. That's why I did
Yes.
respond to your question. I have a workaround on that anyway in another way, which I'll privately message you anyway afterwards in terms of how to get him verified. But I just want to make sure that we don't, miss sort of like
Yes.
give you the wrong information. So I'll speak to you after today, inshallah, tonight, and maybe about 8:30, and then
Okay.
we'll pick this up, inshallah. All right.
Okay. Jazakallah. Thank you.
Because
And
I did forward your screenshot and everything to the guys in Mecca, and they said, okay, they'll give me an update. And we have been speaking to Nusuk. I've called in Nusuk a few times myself, but I just want to be 200% sure before I tell you what to do, because I know you're quite keen on, we don't want to make any errors on your application.
yes, I don't want. Alhamdulillah, I've got to this stage now with perseverance, and I don't want to hinder his chances. But equally, if it is feasible, then if you do link him, if I do link him, and then he has a standalone account, he can book a flight directly from
Yep.
Dubai and
Yep.
join on the same package, inshallah. If we,
Inshallah.
but it is unfortunate that the plane is going to
Dubai, we understand.
stop for 5 hours in Dubai, and going there and coming back, it'll be there for 2 hours. He can hop on and hop off, but if it's not done, it's not done, is it? So it's a shame.
So yeah, inshallah, contact Brother Muhtadi after 8:30, inshallah. And he'll cover it.
Okay, Jazakallah, thank you.
Allah
Allah
bless.
Hafiz.
Thank you. Thank you.
Allah Hafiz.
Allah
Assalamu
Hafiz.
alaikum.
Assalamu
Brother
alaikum.
Ahmed. Assalamu alaikum, Brother Ahmed.
Alaikum salam, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, fadal.
Okay, just have a quick question. Could you outline the differences between the custom and public packages?
Okay, Bismillah. Custom package is a package which has a group flight attached to it. So when you go to the end of the cart, when you try to select the package, it doesn't give you an option to select your own flight. There will be a flight attached to it, which is a group flight, and it may be from London, it may be from Gatwick. Now, on that note, that information sometimes is not clear, and this happened last year as well. So reach out to us, say this package, what is the outbound? It just says London, but the point is, custom package is country specific package, and for those who joined new, perhaps you have joined new because we have explained this many times, but it's not a problem. There are other people who are joining, and it will help them with this answer. Public package is where it's open for global, so all around the world, people who want to join, who are where Nusuk is serving those countries can, for example, in the Caribbean, for example, in European countries, if they want to join our group and a package with us, then they can book on those public packages. The custom packages, as per the date, was 9th, as per Nusuk, is still planned to be the sales to start on the 9th of February, Sunday coming, and 14th, 5 days later, for the public packages. So this is the difference. I don't know if that's enough to clarify, maybe, but it's just the simple thing is one has a group flight attached to it, and it's not changeable. It's not you can't like search live dynamic flights for that package. It's a group flight attached to it. Okay, and then the public packages. And you'll see there's flags like for Spain, for France, for UK on those packages. I don't know if that's clear.
Okay. Jazakallah khairan, barakallahu feek.
Well, yeah. Barakallah feek.
Okay.
Yeah. Can
So-
I just request that anyone who's joined in the last 2 days, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless you. We've covered a lot of information, and what would be good is to focus on our Hasan Travel YouTube site, or go on YouTube and Hasan Travel channel and look at webinar 1 and then go straight to 7 and 8. So you have a bit more idea. The previous webinars talk about our service providers, initially some approximate of the packages, but those now that doesn't come into we don't need to talk about that now because we have it on the website on Nusuk, and you go by what's on Nusuk. And we have a table for those who have joined new as well, which we've shared on the Telegram, hasantravel.com/Hajj 2025/packages is the URL to download our this packages that we're supporting with Abdul Latif Jameel and Sira Group Holding. Just to repeat for everyone who is new, because I saw many people yesterday said, Assalamu alaikum, we're new to the group. So these are the things that you need to quickly check, inshallah.
There's a question asking, will we be sending any more packages? Yes, as mentioned in the beginning of the webinar, there are some public packages that we will be sending out as additions. They're not yet confirmed on Nusuk. So once they are showing publicly, we'll share the link with the updated table. So inshallah, we hope to do that within the next day or two. Have a hand up, Sister Siddiqa. Assalamu alaikum. We put her hand down, so I'll move on to the next person. Brother Imran, Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Walaikum salam. Allah bless you.
Yeah. Sorry, I have a question, and I think this may have been answered, previously.
No
I just want to confirm now. Obviously, you've outlined who Hasan Travels is going to be, using, for the packages in terms of service providers. Now, is there, if we've, searched, on Nusuk platform and we've identified, say, another service provider, is it possible to determine, who would be, the affiliated, company, say, from the UK, with that particular provider? And also, if, say, for example, we would like to, have Hassan, representatives from your organization, in order to, assist with, performing the Hajj, is that also viable as well? And I believe you may have covered this, in
it's okay.
one of the previous questions, which may have been asked.
Okay. On that note, just the first answer is, with another package, you need to contact the service provider and say who's guiding that one yourself, because
Okay.
you're not aware of every single. There's so many people, mashallah, working for guiding people in Hajj. Obviously, different group tour organizers are have different levels of experience. That's something else that you have to figure out and work out and study and see. In regards to us, obviously we can't guide everyone. It's just not possible. And
Okay.
have a limited sort of, we can only go by what we will feel that we can deliver, inshallah ta'ala. And we are guiding only on this year in Abdul Latif Jameel and Sira Group Holding. And any package from there. So somebody asked a question, for example, if it's under the same service provider,
Yes.
somebody asked about a Noor 307 package, which I think comes from Manchester as well. So if that is the case, if that Manchester and Spain, I think there's 2 flights attached to that one. So in that one, if the dates correspond of the stay with the dates of our general table that you've seen, then of course, if it's the same residence or same building, that's fine. We can look at, assist you. Pre-Hajj, no issue at all. If it's under the same service provider, pre-Hajj, and even still, if you're not with the same service provider, I'm just saying, like, we're happy to guide you. As for the days of Hajj, it's what will happen is you can't jump between service providers. Each service provider will have their own camps in Mina, Arafah, and Muzdalifah respectively. So here, this is where we'll be guiding in and we cannot go to another service provider in Mina, Arafah, and Muzdalifah. It would be it would have to be under the same service provider as well. So these are the sort of reasons why we would not be able to, because we can't be in 3-4 places at the same time, if that makes sense, in terms of service providers. So I mean, we'd love to. Ahlan wa sahlan. Thank you for sort of thinking and wanting for us to guide you, but it's very difficult for us. So what you can do is just leave us a message, fill in a form, and we have our form that you have, of in regards to giving information. I'm so sorry. There is a form that we've requested that you fill in.
Yes.
For us to be your guides. If you fill that in, and then if it's under the same service provider, then it's absolutely fine. It should be. We can request it if it's not the same package that we are listed out. Yeah.
The issue which I obviously have is I'm fairly new to the Nusuk platform, and I think sometimes the information can be quite overwhelming.
Yeah.
And obviously,
Across the
because
board.
obviously if you've got other family members who, they're not as mobile, you have to take into consideration obviously the distance, from, the mosque and, from the, the various rituals which we're going to be performing as well. So I think it was just on that basis. Obviously,
Yeah, I mean,
some packages tick the boxes, others don't. So it's just
yeah,
trying to,
what I would say is no particular package will tick all boxes. Very
yes,
difficult.
correct. Yeah.
That's the thing. So you've got to think about those things. I think with us, I think there are, as mentioned before, obviously, in terms of proximity of the Haram, I think there are hotels. If we talk about Anjum, it's not too far. I know you might think, I mean, a lot of people assume that it is far, but for Hajj, this is quite very, very close. And it is away from all of the hustle and bustle and the busy area of the Haram. But again, it's up to people's choice, and that's absolutely fine. And hence you'll see the prices are quite reasonable, being in Anjum. Do go on YouTube, that's my advice to you, and see those hotels, type it in and see what the location. Usually someone's made a video somewhere about those hotels. Okay, that would give you a better idea. As for Majal al-Kabsh and Mu'aisim, this is a distance issue that we've mentioned on our last webinar, and we showed an image. And we said that yes, the difference is the distance, but again, the support systems are there for those people who are staying in, say, for example, in Mu'aisim, which is the majority. Most people will stay there, which is the a little bit is far from Jamarat.
Is that the 4.5 kilometers?
Yeah, about that. Yeah, but
Yeah, I think that's what probably,
yeah,
and I'm not sure if that's for the other brothers
the
and
tents
sisters.
are the same standard.
Yes.
It's just the location. But obviously, if somebody's not mobile and cannot walk, most likely in Hajj time, even to go being near to the Jamarat, still that very few people actually go up with wheelchairs. If you could, to the, it's a massive area, you see, and most people get unwell or Allah nakaruk, but we say la samahullah, then they get exhausted, and usually perhaps one day they go. If it's elderly, we advise maybe one day to try and go, but otherwise the rest of the day somebody can do the stoning on behalf of them. This is depending on the situation of the person, because it's not only that distance, it's the days before that as well, the whole Hajj days, staying in Mina, going to Arafah, staying out, no sleep in Muzdalifah, just a few hours. And all that can affect the fact that family member. I'm just speaking on from experience here. So then, this is the question. There are 3 tunnels that take you, which are not in front, sort of not in the sun, all the way to from the tents to Jamarat and back. And those who've performed Hajj will know very well. It's a good walk. It's not difficult. It's actually enjoyable spiritually. But mashallah, tabarakallah, once again, what's best for you, you need to look at that as well. So, but you can have a talk, you can speak to myself or any of the team members about this in detail on a phone call, inshallah.
Jazakallah. We need to move on. Brothers and sisters, Shahir.
Assalamu alaikum. Are you able to hear me?
Yes, loud and clear. Mashallah.
Alhamdulillah. We're just in relation to the previous question and the response that you've given. Obviously, you 3 brothers, alhamdulillah. I think you are the big selling point for a lot of the packages you 3 brothers are doing, and your team that we see on the webinars. They're doing such a wonderful job. So Jazakallah for the time that you all have given to us. I've just got 2 questions. I'll just say my questions and then probably just leave you to respond. So one is about, well, it's me and my wife who are planning to go to Hajj. And so we are thinking about going with the quad option. Can I just ask you with one of the questions is how, like, what's your strategy to get 4 random people put together in one room? My second question is about more about the Mina camp. So whichever package that we're in, are we expecting to be are we expected to be followed by yourselves, led by yourselves and sort of follow from from Minav camp to Jamara or to the other areas? Jazakallah.
Muhtadi, you want to take that? Because you've been, is that okay? Or I can take it, no problem. I'm just thinking.
Yeah, with regards to part 1 of the question in terms of room allocation. So what we do, obviously, alhamdulillah, we built up a rapport and some understanding between the pilgrims as we lead up to the booking process. And then post-booking, there will be obviously greater interaction to understand what is the requirements of each pilgrim and their family. And then we work quite thoroughly to understand, okay, this family has this sort of requirement. This is, this sort of age group, background, and so on. And then we try and group people together to make them comfortable as best as possible. And we work with the service providers. Now, when we used to organize pre-COVID from our end, obviously everyone would come into the office and we would only take bookings, meeting people. And by then we would kind of build up a picture of how we want to room people in the shared rooms. But this particular time, we'll be doing this according to our data collection and interaction with yourselves post-booking. And alhamdulillah, more or less, we get a good a good room configuration and room allocation for the people, and people are quite happy with that. Again, it all depends on who's booking. We try and understand, if someone's really elderly, then we're not going to put too many youngsters with them. And similarly, we don't put all the old people in one. We try and work it so it works, as comfortable as possible. So I wouldn't worry too much for that at the moment. But we do look at it. It's not that we just take 4 names and we just put it in without looking. We look at every passport, we understand, we look at the notes, is there medical history and all these other things. And also maybe we'll speak to the lead person and understand what's your family requirement. And if Nusuk finishes early this year, then it gives us much more time to prepare. And that's the beauty of it, inshallah. I missed the second part as I was typing an answer to
about being guided in Mina.
Okay, in Mina, alhamdulillah, yeah, we'll be having our lead scholars. We have our camps for both Abdul Latif, Jamil, and Sirah, predominantly in Muaisim. We should have some in Al-Majal al-Kabsh as well, depending on how many people sign up. We will then see how many resources or how much resources we should allocate, and we will be leading you, from Mecca, how to prepare to go to Mina, and then from Mina, how we're going to go to Arafah, and we'll lead you, and then from Arafah to Muzdalifah, and Muzdalifah back to Mina, and then to Mecca for the Tawaf and the Sa'i, and then back to Mina. So this is our main focus, actually. When people say guided by the guides, this is what our main task is. Traveling into Saudi Arabia is not that difficult. It's when you're there, we want to be there for you to then make your life as easy as possible and to perform the Hajj according to Quran and Sunnah.
Jazakallah. Thank you so much.
Welcome.
Jazakallah khair. Next is the Mayuddi Zaman. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum, brother.
Assalamu alaikum.
Yeah, thank you for your webinars, and they've been very useful. I've been looking at some of your packages. Quick question, really 2 questions. The intercity travel between Makkah and Medina, are they Al Haramain Express? And if it's not, can it be bought separately? What's your experience?
Ready? You want to answer that one?
Yeah, sorry. So we know that the programs, especially Abdul Latif Jamil, they've said that they will inshallah include it based on the train availability. Sierra have said similar as well, but they have left it a little bit open, saying that it may be at additional because they try to price their package with the lowest cost at the moment and then have it as add-ons. Regardless of that, if there's availability and pilgrims do want to upgrade and they want to have a train, that's not a problem, because the system now is, it's like Umrah. Your passport will be with you. We will liaise with you and make sure that the team is made aware. You may even choose not to take the public transport, the coach that is provided from A to B. You want to do your own private transfers. everything is possible, but it comes at a small additional cost, and we will be the
Yes.
go-between. So, for example, if you land in Jeddah and we have a coach going, and you decided, no, I want to do my own private car, technically that's possible. You pay the difference,
Okay.
there'll be a car waiting for you and you go. But is that going to be as practical? That's a different matter. So whatever's made
Okay.
easy for you, we will work and give you option A and B, and we'll work with our logistics and team out there in tandem and in support with the Sira and the Abdul Latif teams, and make sure that the overall best decision is made. But it's possible, yes.
Okay, fantastic. So my second question is, there was a when customizing the packages, there was a message from Nusuk about flight prices increasing. Is that likely to happen, or is it just a standard message?
This message is happening on all of the packages at the moment. It's just a pop-up box to let you know that when you're searching the flight at the moment, it's searching as per today's rates, but it's not booking anything or it's not issuing anything. It may create a booking just for a few minutes and then it cancels automatically from the airline side because it is a live flight search module. However, what will happen from we've been told the 14th of February, and again, it may happen before that. It may be that all packages are live from the 9th. But when that does open, when you're searching it, as and when people are booking, as per any other flight system, as each time seats are booked up, it may go up £20, £30, £40, each sort of 10, 15 seats that are booked on the system for various different airlines. So that's why, and I want to reiterate this to everyone, when you're booking or topping up your wallets, especially for people on the public packages who will be taking a custom flight from the Al Musafir flights module, top up more than what you think, what you're seeing now. And it's good practice to maybe even have up to £500-600 more. Not that it's going to cost you that, but it means that you have that affordability to then pay for a flight that matches what you need, and also a package that that is suitable for you in case option 1 or 2 doesn't happen. Remember, at the moment it's saying any money put in, it will be, you can withdraw it within 14 days without any charges. However, I would say have the mindset that the worst case scenario is the 2.6% plus the VAT. So say 3%. So if you put £1,000 in, you lose 30 quid. But that, in the grand scheme of things, is not going to be the worst case. Rather than if you got to a package and you were short by just £50 and you can't book your Hajj and you have to wait till next year. Me personally, I would just put the extra money in and be prepared, and and cover the base. But to answer your question more directly about why does it show this pop-up box? Yes, flights will fluctuate. It can change with exchange rate and also the availability. Usually it can be a couple of £100 max, but have more instead.
Okay,
Inshallah.
a couple of hundred. You're suggesting
Per
couple of
person.
hundred per
Yeah,
person.
on the flight. Yeah. Sorry.
Couple of hundred per couple of
person.
hundred per person.
Per person. Yeah. Because right now, what's happening is, so I'll give you an example. What happened last year. The same group flights that we had last year, some people booked on the public packages because it was simultaneous, and they booked the same flights. What was costing 9,000 riyals on the group flights, someone bought for 5,000 riyals, and they saved a lot of money. £600-700 to be on the same flight, and they were able to join us as group leaders on there. So it was giving people flexibility. Also, some people may not want two-piece luggage; they want a cheaper baggage option. So it gives you flexibility. And so at the beginning, you will actually have a lower fare than the ones in the custom flights where they've got pre-allocated seats. But then later on, as more people book, or if it's the peak dates, like for example, 1st of June coming back 11th of June, the really, really late flights and the really, really early flights, then expect to pay close to about 1,800 to £2,000 a person. It all depends on the flight route and also sometimes you'll see that if you want to come back from Medina and it's showing a lot more, but then the Jeddah flight is maybe even £300-400 less. So then you think, well, I'll just do the extra journey and I save that money. So there's different combinations that you have to be prepared to check when booking on the public packages.
On that
Yeah,
note,
sorry, the question is on the custom packages, it doesn't give you any options about these flights. It just shows a flight and that's it. The one that's attached to the custom package. For example, I've tried a few configurations, so that one cannot be changed.
That
Right.
one will not change. That will stay.
That will stay.
Even then, put a little bit, maybe 50 riyal, 10, 15
Okay,
pounds.
so the prices could change, but the flight route and everything will stay the same.
Yeah, no, though that package will not change in price. But what we're saying is, what if that package becomes oversubscribed or sold out, and then you have to then go for a public package? Then it's better to have some money in the wallet already, so that your next alternative, in case it comes to that, you've got money in there. Because what happened last year, at the beginning was allowing you to top up still, and then suddenly there was a day where no more topping up. And this is to answer some of the questions that people have been typing in. There is no set date when they stop topping up, but they have done it last year when they saw that too many applications and they felt that we've got enough people to book. This is my personal feeling anyway. Then they stopped the topping up process and people could not top up. So if you put, for example, 45,000 riyal and your package was 44,000 and you've got that 1,000 buffer, but then the next one that you went for was only 500 riyals more. You weren't able to top up that 500 riyal extra because you didn't put it in the first place. So
Yeah.
my frank advice would be top up the amount that you're absolutely willing to spend, like the maximum you want to spend on Hajj. Your target may be 9K per person, but if it came down to it and Nusuk was speaking to you and said, do you want to go Hajj this year and we have it available for 10 or 11K, are you willing? You have to then ask yourself, yes, I'm willing to spend that, then top up that amount. And that's the frank advice I can give you, given the last 2-3 years of Nusuk.
Yes, I get that. On that note, can I just ask quickly another question? These public packages, they are going live 5 or 10 days later. Is that right?
It's scheduled for the 14th, but it could be
14th,
before that,
okay.
you know,
Right.
and even the 9th may be pushed behind. You know, we're working with Nusuk, and you saw 20th of January for displaying the packages was delayed by about 5-6 days. So, but and today's been quite progressive in terms of the number of packages loaded and a lot of companies being ready. So let's wait and see.
Jazakallah khair. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Good. Brother Ahmed, Assalamu alaikum, Brother Ahmed. Assalamu alaikum, Brother Ahmed Abbas. Okay, we'll move on. Brother Safid, Assalamu alaikum.
Yeah, you
Assalamu
just,
alaikum.
I don't know,
I think
he was muted
they
himself.
muted again. Assalamu alaikum.
You
Brother
unmute
Safid.
yourself.
Walaikum
Fadal.
salam, you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Alhamdulillah. I just have one question. We are 3 families leaving from Trinidad and Tobago, but we'll be joining you all, inshallah. You hear?
Yeah, Fadal.
Okay, right. So one of the family, they requested that they want the Majal Cups package because of mobility issue. And I just need some advice on that. If this family will be taking the Majal Cups the package, they would be by themselves. I know I listened to one of your webinar about the wheelchair service that is it's available. However, we should have someone pushing the wheelchair. Is there and then you mentioned that we can also pay a fee and have someone push the wheelchair.
Represents the package, you know.
Sorry?
Sorry, this was Fadal, carry on. Sorry, it's
Yeah,
just
carry
somebody
on,
else.
sorry.
Yeah, so I just wanted to know what is best, if we should just go on in the Moisim camp together, or if he goes with the Al Kabsh package by himself with his
No, no, no.
family.
Keep
Can he
together.
pay an extra fee for someone to push him in on the wheelchair?
Fadal. Good.
Just to confirm, are they on separate accounts or you're together in the same account?
Yeah, we have 3 separate accounts.
3 separate accounts, and it's not linked, it's separate.
No, it's separate, yeah.
Okay. I would need to speak to you separately, if that's okay, just to understand further, and I can give you a bit more of a round, you know, a better answer, if that's okay. Very simply,
Sure.
yani, if you're a family going together, you know, even sometimes it may be, yani, to have a better chance, yani, people, even if it's separate families, they're linking or they're making it into one account, you know. But now you separately done it and you've already topped up, don't do anything now, because what will happen, it will create another IBAN and there's more complication that can happen. But what I would say to you, brother, is, may Allah bless you, is that if you're together, you can always work together and feed off it, you know, help each other, you know, and in the Hajj, to do it together is the ultimate experience, you know, as a family. And if we can arrange somebody, of course we can help you find somebody to, inshallah ta'ala, to for extra, you know, give some money to somebody who can push him, then that would be the better option. To stay together, the experience in Mina, Arafah, Muzdalifah, the camp will be the same. If you're doing separately and you know each other, it's not going to be the same feeling. So for that experience, just for the experience and the whole Hajj memory, I think, and the whole, you know, the spiritual side of things, you know, you do the ibadah together, you do all the salah together, you understand each other. So it will be better to keep together. And I would say then speak to me, inshallah, brother. Yeah, give me a call.
No problem, inshallah.
Barakallah feek, brother.
Barakallah feek. Okay, Sister Siddiqa Noshin, Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam, brother.
Walaikum
Salam.
salam.
Can you hear me?
Yes,
Yes,
we
loud
can.
and
Yes.
clear.
Yes. So, Jazakallah for giving me the chance. So, I have a couple of questions. So, first question is, I have shortlisted few custom packages as well as public packages. So, my question is, how much amount, I mean, we need to top up before 9th, like only the custom package amount or else the public package amount as well? If I'm unable to book in case the
Allah
custom
nafas.
package amount on 9,
Mm.
so if all the packages, I mean, along with the custom, the public packages are live on 9th or 10th itself, then I'll be in trouble then. So before 9th itself, I need to top up the e-wallet with the public package amount as well.
So we don't know, as Muhtadi just answered that a few moments ago. We're not sure when the e-wallet top up will stop, but we assume that it will continue because public packages hasn't still even opened. If it will open later, let's just say hypothetically, if it opens on the same day, hopefully not,
Okay.
but just if it does, I don't think it will happen in the same day, but just on that note, go for topping up the maximum out of all of the packages that you've kind of looked at, and then
Okay. So
whatever's
before
left
9th
remains.
itself. Before
Before
9th.
9th or after, I mean, if you're looking at custom packages and it's less, then perhaps you don't need to, and see how it goes, and then 2 days later top up more. That's fine, because it should be open, because public packages still hasn't been, the sale day hasn't opened, so people should have the opportunity to top up. So
Okay.
yeah, but we're just giving you like the precautionary advice, you get it
Okay.
done, and then but you should be able to top up a bit later. Yep. So that's the first answer. Yeah, next one.
So first, I mean, after 9th also we can top up the public package amount.
Inshallah, I mean, again, we cannot certainly say, we cannot guarantee and say that, but it seems to be the case that if the sales have not opened for
Okay.
public, it should, until that day, it should allow you, and even perhaps even this year, even continuing throughout sales after that, because there will be a phase 3 as well, where all the
Yeah.
quota that hasn't been used in different countries will be again passed on to these packages.
Okay.
UK, packages have been filled up.
Okay.
So there should
So
be.
okay. So the next question is, what is the maximum amount? How much per person the extra amount we need to be topped up?
For fixed package, custom packages, it's not,
Yes.
we haven't given any because it's already fixed just for 50 riyals, 100 riyals more. Okay, but
Okay, per
the
person.
others, yes. But
Okay.
if it's any other package, then you should, perhaps that runs out very quickly. Now you need to quickly go for another custom package, which is about another £500 more. So this is where you have to think, like, what is the max you can go from all of the packages, and accordingly you top up.
So if I have two custom packages selected, so if first one doesn't click, I should be in a position to select the second package with
Straight away.
that
Yeah,
second package
absolutely.
amount.
Straight away.
Okay. Okay. All right. So and one more thing, what's the probability of increasing the custom package flight fares? Is there any?
No,
The
that's the
group.
custom pack. This was asked a few moments ago as well. A brother asked, custom package, which is the one that are fixed group flights, the price will not change.
It will not change.
No, it will not
Those are
change because
fixed.
it's already fixed flight. It's a group flight. But what is searched live on the public packages, which you actually put in the, London or Gatwick or Manchester, and then
Right.
to Medina or to Mecca, to Jeddah, whichever one, accordingly, multi-city.
Yes.
Then accordingly, it will every time refresh, and you need to have extra in because it may change. It may be higher.
Okay.
But if you're lucky, if you go in first, a lot of people save money as well, and they get a good price. It just depends.
Okay, all right. Jazakallah, brother.
I love this.
We'll move on. Brother Ahmed. Try again, Brother Ahmed. Assalamu alaikum. Brother Ahmed Abbas. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam. Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah. Assalamu alaikum, brother. Sorry I was a bit late, so what has gone on, I don't actually know. What I want to know is the whole package and the registration at Nusuk. How do I know that I've registered and this is my number? This is how they are doing it for me and what you are doing for me.
Okay, so brother, yeah, I can answer. Brother, all packages for Western or a set of countries, depending on where you are from, we are
No, I mean
supporting.
in London.
Yeah, so if you're coming from London, all packages, people traveling from the UK is bought through Nusuk, which is the government portal for Hajj. And through that, there are service providers which are organizing Hajj, and they are then working with agents from around the world or guides from around the world in supporting those packages and bridging the gap between the pilgrim and the service providers. So in order for you to join in Hajj this year, inshallah, you need to register on hajj.nusuk.sa, and you'll need to
I think I've done that with you, with Hasan.
You now need to go to hajj.nusuk.sa, which is the government portal. You need to register, and you need to upload your travel documents and your photos and get verified. You then will need to activate your e-wallet and fill up your e-wallet by making a bank transfer or card payment. To then
say again the e-wallet. Say again about the e-wallet.
You will need to top up the e-wallet in order to make payment for a Hajj package, which you can only buy through Nusuk. So what I advise is, if you're struggling with this, do call our office. I can send you our telephone number directly so that we can support you with this. Is that okay?
Yes, please. Well,
okay.
If you can do that
I will
for
send
me.
that through Zoom within the next minute or so. Okay.
All right then.
Okay.
Thank you very, very much.
No problem. The next person is Ayo. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah, assalamu alaikum. I had two questions. So one of the questions was just on the overall packages in terms of custom that are being shown. So I'm from UK. Some of the packages I've been seeing have flights from Paris and Madrid and Brussels. So my question is, how are we expected to see is there like a radius or something that it shows the custom packages from, or should we just assume that all customs packages, like for example, are we going to see custom packages from US or Canada or other places being from a UK geographical area, or why are we seeing the ones from Paris and Madrid and Brussels and so on?
Okay, so just to answer that question, so brother, yeah, when you see those packages, obviously Nusuk is serving many countries, and the custom packages are created for certain countries who they're targeting to sort of serve. So Spain, Italy, USA, they're serving this year, for example, Abdul Latif Jameel, but they're not serving every country for groups to come, but only certain countries they've selected and working with guides from there. The rest, so that falls under the custom packages, and you will see packages from France and from UK, because the people in France will be booking also custom packages when it opens on the 9th. This is the planned date. It may be later, but we have to be ready from now, which is Sunday coming. Then what will happen is you need people from UK, people from France, people from Spain who are looking for custom packages which are group led, okay, together. Flights attached, they will be booking at the same time. So maybe if somebody from Spain is looking at a package which is suited for them, that's fine. They will book at the same. That's for them. If you would like to, if you find, is that clear, brother? I don't know if that answers.
Yeah, I think I understand. So are we to understand that when we see custom packages on our sort of my package list, we shouldn't assume it's all from the UK. We should
It would,
expect.
yes,
Okay.
correct.
So we have to go into the flights to check the
in the
actual
flights and
flights
you'll
that.
see, yeah. So for example, some people are asking, there's a Noor one as well, right? Which we didn't mention, also is from UK. Please look at that. That's also from UK. So if you want to, if you're looking for another sort of variation, which is a non-shifting one, you can look at that. But yes, ultimately the answer is each
Don't
customer
assume that
package.
it's from.
Yeah, it's not all of them, not from UK. Some of them will have flag of France or Belgium or Germany or USA. Okay.
Okay. And
We have a
in,
table. Did you see our
yeah.
table that we shared?
Yes. I did. So
We're
so
guiding those ones, inshallah.
Okay. So in terms of the overall, just because I know you guys have said we should be patient, and I appreciate that, but just to get an idea of how we would know that Nusuk is almost done, do you have any idea, like the ballpark figure of total packages that would be uploaded, just so that, because currently I think as of today it was about 300 plus. So is it going to 1,000? Is it going to 500? Like when just to
We don't know the
start.
number of packages.
Okay.
Ultimately, yeah, but we know that it should be more than 50% at the moment. Maybe more to come. I don't know. And maybe, I don't know, they might say, well, that's it. There's no more packages because the time is run out. We don't know. We cannot say. No service provider has higher sort of
I see.
understanding or special information, or even the service provider sometimes knows the same information as we know, because Nusuk will, they have their sort of a timeline, and that is the whole point, is so everybody follows strictly the timeline, and to deliver and work their best, to get through the timeline, the time deadlines, so that the Hajis and the pilgrims, inshallah, have are booking earlier. Last year, as we can see, every year there's improvement. Last year, people imagine on the 6th of Ramadan at iftar time, people were the sales open, and the whole night, so it's difficult. So this year, at least, inshallah, we're hoping before Ramadan. So,
inshallah.
but so in terms of patience of package, I mean, ultimately you have to decide, see who the tour operator or the guide that you want, and then decide from there, and then look at packages that they are offering or they are guiding, and see which one that you think is suitable. Again, that's probably one of the big important factors that somebody should have in their mind before looking at packages. Ultimately, you want to ensure that you're with someone who's experienced. So do research, do find out that who you want to go with. That's first advice.
Okay, and my final question is just around the just from your experience of last year and the previous year, how likely is it that the UK allocations run out between the custom and public opening? Because so the reason why I ask this is that I think my first couple of choices are public packages, but so I was just thinking, do I go with my third choice?
In the beginning of this session, I think I answered this. So I'll quickly say this. There will be opportunity with the same number, the 3,500, probably in the next in the public packages, because ultimately because there will be an option, because there's a huge quota from around the world, which there is unused quota, and that will be also shared with the UK and open globally. Anyone can book any package. So yeah, there will be a chance. And even after everything closes, again, they'll open it a little bit, with people will cancel. Many people, their situation will change. So all the way, inshallah, there'll be chance. Yeah.
Okay. I'll let someone else ask. I have another question, but I'll wait again.
You can just message us or call us. You have a number. And on the Telegram, you can just directly reach out to myself or Muhtadi or any of the team, Mahir and Miqdad and others.
Yes. Yeah. Also, just wanted to say thank you to Brother Muqtadi for his suggestion on the issue I had that ran for 5 days without any support from Nusuk. But yeah, we were able to resolve it. So Jazakallah khairan. Thank you.
Brother Mir Muhyiddin. Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum.
Hi, Mahir.
Yeah, we should have a few minutes. Brother Mir Muhyiddin. Assalamu alaikum. Okay, that's not responding. Just a couple of questions I want answered from the chat. One is, will there be female guides from Hasan Travel for each package, or is it one guide and that guide is male? But how can a female express any medical concerns they may have? Who do they turn to?
Okay. So so what happens is, again, ultimately, how many guides go? And somebody asked about the guides a few moments ago as well that they saw on the service provider list. It all depends on how many people are going, and there is a quota, or there is a certain by Nusuk themselves that per 45, 47 people there should be a guide. Okay, this is across the board. So they have a set sort of guideline. In terms of female guides, we endeavor, and last 2 years, alhamdulillah, we took female guides. Again, they will be the liaison, or the sort of in between to get through to us. So sometimes there will be a situation you need to reach out to us, but you do through the sister said in person, or the set sister, the sister guide. You will have their numbers and you'll be able to reach out to them, and so through them you can reach out to us. Usually there is no issue with that. You just have to the answer is you will have someone to liaise with, who will then reach out to us or the senior staff. Okay, we will have staff also in Mecca. Our own Saudi Arabia staff, Hasan Travel staff, will be available as well. So again, depending on where we are in terms of what you're talking about, if it's hotels, if it's camps, accordingly we will assign guides, inshallah.
Okay. I know there's some extra questions in the chat. What we would say is, if brothers and sisters have any other questions, and we haven't been able to answer, I know there's a few open. We'll try and quickly close them off in the chat. Just one last time for Brother Mohit. Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum.
We'll end on this question, inshallah.
Sorry, I joined very late. I just want to find out regarding the hotel in Jamil 500. There's a hotel in Mokka. I know there is one in Anjum next to Haram, but other one is it in near Azizi or some far away?
Anyone wants to answer that for me?
Yeah, just give
From
me
the
one
team.
second. So in Jamil 500, the hotel is Sama Al Diafa. Sama Al Diafa is in Azizia, and it will be part of the shifting package. So throughout the days of Hajj, from the date of the 2nd of June until the 11th of June, that will be the mainstay of residence, including the days of Hajj.
Okay. Thank you so much.
If you have any issues, brother, just what you can do is maybe I'll ask Miqdad to share some of the links of the hotels where they are. Obviously, some of the offer is in Azizia, that's clear. And we have also Voco Hotel. Somebody were asking about Voco Hotel for the both the Abdul Latif and the Sierra packages, but we'll be guiding the Sierra packages Voco Hotel, which again is in Shar Ibrahim Al Khalil, but a bit further out. And it says about 20 to 25 minutes walk, but expect, it's Hajj time. Sometimes you can, one thing about, some people asked about shuttle service, just reminded me, some people asked about shuttle services. Now, shuttle services, it's, as even if they're there, we advise just ride share, a couple of you, if you share, in your room, or you make friends in Hajj. As always, this is the culture of Hajj, is your brothers and sisters, you're all coming together in one place. And then you say, look, let's go to Haram after Asr. Let's go to Masjid al-Haram for after Asr. We'll have a rest, we'll have a lunch here in Azizia or wherever we are, and then we'll go together and we'll come back after Isha. Let's just say. So instead of, you could get the public transport with the sometimes free buses or even the shuttle service if it's there, if it's available. But for us, I mean, to say that it's going to be there all the time and these kind of expectations in Hajj, sometimes it's difficult to say because of traffic and all of these things. Sometimes you could get a ride share, like what you do, you get a short 10-minute, 5-minute drive nearer to the Haram and then walk the rest. That might be an option. So this is one thing to bear in mind. And I think ultimately, if you go, regardless of how close or how far, in terms of if you're commuting in, whether it's with shuttle or car, expect, like, to plan it in a way that you're going to go at lunchtime or after lunch or after Asr, and then come after Isha. So that way you maximize your time instead of coming to and fro. That will be a loss of time, coming in and out. So once again, even if the service provider provide those shuttle services, and we have raised that, it will be until 4th or 5th of Dhul Hijjah. And then after that, all the roads become very, very difficult for coaches. So we advise just take a taxi or something. There's plenty of taxis at that time. It's about bartering and getting a good deal, and bargaining, and going together in groups instead of one person take a taxi. If you go as a group, you can all sort of like ride share and chip in kind of thing, if that makes sense. Okay, Maher?
Yeah, that's all right.
We've covered a lot of questions, mashallah, today, and there's still lots coming in. Maybe we should do another, inshallah, we're planning to do another session. I was suggesting Saturday, but I don't mind on Friday if we do another one for Q&A, just to give for those people who have questions. If that's okay with the team, I don't mind. We can just make that decision now.
Yeah, we will put an announcement in the Telegram group with regards to the next Q&A session, inshallah ta'ala, and the link.
I think just to summarize for everyone here, you must ensure whether you're going on a public package or on a custom package, you configure your package, configure it. And we showed, if you don't know how to configure your package, please look out on our last webinar. Visually, we showed it. Muhtadi went through the last 2 webinars. In fact, we've gone through it. So webinar 7 and 8 on YouTube, there's literally a demonstration on how to do that, a demo on how to configure your package. If you haven't seen that, please, 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 please. It will alleviate a lot of your questions, and be familiar with the website. Be familiar with the website, how to remove from cart, add to cart, and be quick about things. Put one of your preferred packages into your cart and take a screenshot of it. Okay, so that way that you're ready to go. Okay, and then again, so that's the advice really, and ensure that you have topped up enough sufficient funds, not just enough for the package. Think, what's my highest? I've got 3 or 4 packages that I'm going to choose, and the highest, most expensive one, that's the amount I'm going to put in, not the lowest price, because you don't want to be stuck on the day and you don't have enough money and the seats are gone and you're stressing all of this. You just want to be seamlessly just logging in, Bismillah, it's in my cart, book straight away, inshallah. I hope that makes sense. Yeah.
We're supposed to end at 8 o'clock, inshallah. There's one last question. Somebody put their hand up. I think we'll end on that one because it is the last question. Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum. Okay, I think we'll end on that then. Okay, jazakallah khair.
No problem. There are some repetition in answering questions. We appreciate that for some who are tuning in. But again, I can just see, I'm just seeing off the top of my head, Maher is answering everyone's, mashallah, answered a full 70 questions. May Allah bless you, the team, for being able to answer every single question. But once again, you will have questions, and I understand you're overwhelmed sometimes with so much information, and you kind of like, we're trying to bring everything in sort of bite-sized information, but still it's quite overwhelming. So I appreciate that. We all appreciate that. So if you have questions, it's fine. And some people were saying to me on the phone that, oh, subhanallah, may Allah grant you sabr and patience, please do keep us in your dua. We pray for you as well. But absolutely fine. Don't feel like, oh, I'm disturbing the team or anything like that. Do just continue. If we were unable to answer for whatever reason, it's probably because we were answering somebody else's question. So don't worry about that. Okay, inshallah. Barakallah feekum. We'll end it there, Maher. Is that okay? And
yes.
Thank you, team. Jazakumullah khairan once again, everyone, for joining, and we'll let you know about our next seminar for Q&A and prep you. There will be one definitely on Saturday before the Sunday. Inshallah ta'ala, we'll let you know about that. We'll send the invites on the groups and the channels. So Jazakumullah khairan once again. May Allah reward you all. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك وصلى الله وسلم على سيدنا وحبيبنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم تسليما كثيرا والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله تعالى وبركاته. بارك الله فيكم for joining.
السلام عليكم.
السلام.